grew up in a farm town in Minnesota. My dad was a businessman. My mom was a nurse. They were not really emotional, and it wasn't a very feeling family. And it was very difficult because I'm highly sensitive, and I feel too much. I see and feel too much. And, you know, from an early age, I was taught to suppress my feelings. And when we suppress those feelings, they go into our body. They don't leave us. You know, it's like bad memories. We think they go away, but they reside within in our bodies. So the essence of our lives is to feel. Our thoughts, our behaviors, our personality is driven by how we feel. So why is it so misunderstood? Why is it dismissed? Shouldn't we learn how to feel? How many people are artists in this room, in the film and television or art world? Raise your hands. So, aren't we in the business of selling feelings? Isn't that the primary purpose of art, is to make us feel something? So, I'm going to give you my story to allow you to understand how I have learned about feelings and how I learned how to express my art. So early on in my life, my father was a businessman, and he used to say, "You're going to grow up and be a businessman, and there are no feelings in the boardroom." So that's what I was taught. And I had difficulty as a boy with speech. And it wasn't until later in life that I was diagnosed with Asperger's, high-functioning autism. And I couldn't make eye contact with people. And I would stare out into space, and I had difficulty with motor skills. I couldn't put things together, and it was a very difficult childhood. And in school, I started getting teased because I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm socially awkward, and my speech isn't great, and I have a speech impediment, and it was a very difficult childhood, and I started getting bullied. And when I started getting bullied, I started daydreaming. I withdrew within myself. And us people on the spectrum do a thing called masking. So I would hide how my true feelings were and smile. But deep inside, I was in such distraught, such pain, because I was dismissed, I was rejected, and I felt horrible about myself, and I had no one to talk to about it. I couldn't talk to my parents about it. I couldn't talk to my siblings about it. And at that time in my life, I didn't have a lot of social friends. My family had a big piece of property, and we had horses, and so that was my escape. And my escape was to go into my imagination.